Hi, my name is Dr. Yajni Varnapal. I'm the chair of the Mathematics Department at RW. Welcome to the Department of Mathematics and Applied Mathematics at RW. Our department is housed in Feinstein School of Social and Natural Sciences. The mathematics department has three majors: the applied mathematics major, the mathematics major, and the mathematics secondary education major, which is essentially a double major. The applied mathematics major has quite a few course requirements. This is the major that is the most applied in nature, and when I say applied, this is a major that we have the most coolest classes. We have an undergraduate research component that is required for all applied mathematics majors. So let me go over the class requirements. So the basic core classes are for all three majors are Calculus 1 and Lab, Calculus 2 and Lab, and Discrete Mathematics. For the applied math major, in addition to those three core classes, you need linear algebra and calculus of several variables. Also, the applied mathematics major has a science requirement. You are expected to take biology 1 and 2, or chemistry 1 and 2, or physics 1 and 2 as your science requirement. Then those classes that I said that are really applied in nature are our foundation courses. The really interesting classes in this set of courses are mathematical modeling, differential equations, numerical analysis, introduction to mathematical software, and or data science. You can take either biostatistics or probability and statistics. Now, what is mathematical modeling? We are doing here, applying our applied mathematics to real life project-based experiential learning problems. So what is differential equations? Differential equations is mathematical models that deal with rate of change, or what if there's a change in some form, how do you model that? Numerical analysis deals with approximation. So in real life, our real problems do not have a closed real whole number problem. So answer, So you need to approximate stuff. So that is numerical analysis. What is introduction to mathematical software? That is writing code for mathematics. Data sciences, dealing with big data sets. Biostatistics is a course that is team taught by 2 faculty members in mathematics and biology. And it is a class where we look at statistical techniques to solve biological problems. As I said, the capstone is the research in mathematical sciences. This is where our students do undergraduate research projects. It could span a semester, it could span 2 years. Here, all our students are expected to do a research project using all these classes and additional information that they can find when they are doing their own research project. The mathematics major is a simple 10-course major. That major too has the foundation courses, the 3 courses that I mentioned before, Calc 1, Calc 2, and Discrete Math. In addition, we have what we call the core content courses, which has again linear algebra and calc of several variables. In addition, now we have a requirement of real analysis, abstract algebra. These are very theoretical courses, and you are also given the option to do 2 upper level math electives. And we have another course called Problem Seminar, which is kind of a capstone course, which is again theoretical in nature. So the advantage of this major is it's only 10 classes. It does not have a research component, and it doesn't have a science requirement. The last major, the math ed major, is essentially a double major. So you are doing mathematics and education. So you have to do 2 majors. Again, the core classes are the same, right? You see Calc 1 and Calc 2. Here you see Discrete Math. Then the core content classes are slightly different from the mathematics major. Here you have, in addition to the courses we saw before. You have topics in secondary education, you have history of math, and you have a course called Intro to Computer Science and Lab. So this is essentially for students who are interested in teaching in middle school or high school. Again, this is a double major. So in addition to this major that you see here, you need to do a major in education. So all students at Roger Williams University need to take the university core classes. So whether you are majoring in applied math ed, it doesn't matter, you need to take these classes. So everyone needs to take a writing class, everyone needs to take a speech class, and you have to take 5 core classes, which are listed here from 101 to 105. In addition to that, you have to take a senior seminar class, again an interdisciplinary core senior sem class. This is again a requirement for all majors. In addition to this, students are expected to do a core concentration. Now, what is a core concentration? It is 5 courses unrelated to your major. That means you cannot do it in mathematics, right? You can't do it in education. If you add 1 extra course, that becomes a minor. So now in the math department, we tell our students that you should double major. Especially for applied mathematics, it is always good to double major. Instead of doing a core concentration or a minor, if you add a couple of more courses, you have another major. So if you double major, now in applied mathematics, most students double major either in engineering, in biology, they do in finance, they do it in public health, and some people even have done in something like graphic design. So a double major is a great advantage if you are majoring in applied mathematics or mathematics. If you don't want to do that, again, you can go and do a minor. A minor is 6 courses, the core concentration is 5 courses, and now that is not double major is not required, minor is not required, the core concentration is, but again, you can always think of double majoring in a complementary major that would really work well with applied mathematics or mathematics. So the math department has 2 minors. One is the math minor, other one is called the computational math minor. Now both minors again need Calc 1 and Calc 2. So if you are, let's say if you have AP credits for either or both, you can easily start with a course that is not Calc 1 and Calc 2 and get 4 additional classes and get the mathematics minor, or you can take 3 additional classes from these courses listed here, which are mostly applied classes which were already in the applied math major, and get the computational mathematics minor. So we have what we call a math center. This is a place you can go if you need help in your math classes. So let's say you are struggling in one of your classes. We have faculty and peer tutors, that means other students who have taken that course or already are math majors or engineering majors who are really good in math, who are ready to tutor you and help you out in your classes. Again, we also have a program, what we call tutors in the classroom. That means 1 or 2 students are going to be sitting in your classroom, in your math class. So those students are going to take the notes, they are going to listen to the lectures, they come to class every day, so they keep office hours. So if you need help outside of class, you can go to the tutors assigned to your class and get help. So you have 2 ways of doing this. Either go to tutors to you assigned to your own class, or you can go to the math center and work with a tutor, just generally a peer or a tutor or a faculty tutor, asking help. So either way, this is what we call the tutor in the classroom system that we do have, which really is helpful if you are struggling in a class. The only disadvantage would be, of course, if you are taking a really upper level math class, you might not have a tutor for that class. But again, if you are taking a class at the beginning level, or let's say up to Calc 2 or even to a probability and stat, there's always a tutor to help you out. So RW also encourages students to study abroad. If this is something that you are interested in doing, when you are majoring in mathematics or applied mathematics or math ed, these are the countries that our students have gone and spent a semester. These countries and these specific institutions offer math classes. So you can either go abroad and in that semester take a couple of math classes, or if you don't want to do that, you can just go and take your core classes. Either way, it's a great experience. And if you are really thinking that you should get some experience abroad, these are a couple of places that you can keep in mind when you do come here in the fall. So what can we do with math, right? So what can we do with applied math? What does this degree give us? There are a couple of things. Here what I have put is where our students in the recent, our graduates have gone and to industry. These are all industry positions. If you look at this list, you can see some people have gone and done something to do with public health. These are the students who probably double majored or had a minor in public health. Some went to World Bank. Now how went to World Bank? The student that is currently in the World Bank double majored in finance. So that makes sense, right? So we have a student who is at Raytheon. Now why that? Again, software engineer, double majoring in engineering. So when you do math and when you double major in another complementary subject, you are very marketable. So you can see from this list how many different types of institutions or places that our students are currently working in. So this is just a snapshot of what our most recent graduates are doing currently in industry. Okay, so we are going to go back to the applied math major. Remember I said in the applied math major, we do undergraduate research. This is a huge piece in the math department. We emphasize undergraduate research. So these are two projects that two of our current students were engaged in the past year. So Abigail, who was an applied mathematics and computer science double major, did a project on mathematical approach to assessing efficacy for post-traumatic stress. This is really basically Alzheimer's disease. So she was working on Alzheimer's disease. And this fall, Abigail is going to go to the PhD program in Rensselaer at RPI to do in applied mathematics. Jess worked with the stock market, right? So this is a project in data science. So he was working on developing stock volatility prediction models using neural networks. This is again something to do with what do you do with big data sets and how do we use statistics and big data sets to analyze the stock market. So these are two undergraduate research projects, and both of these students have presented in national conferences, and Abigail has also presented in international conferences. So that's another piece. If you do undergraduate research, you get to travel to national, international conferences. And if you are really interested in your project, you want to do extra work, you get to publish papers with our current faculty, which Abigail also has done. Okay, so this past January, our students, 6 of our students and 4 faculty, including myself, we went to the joint mathematics meeting in Denver, Colorado for the poster competition, to compete in the poster competition. So these are the 6 students that went with us, and 2 of them won the best poster award in applied mathematics and mathematical biology, and 2 won honorary mentions in statistics and in differential equations. So this is what you can do with applied math if you do undergraduate research. Out of these 6 students, if you see the second student, Matthew, is going to go to the PhD program in applied mathematics in University of New Hampshire this fall. I already mentioned Abigail is going to RPI. Cole is in the last person in this picture is going to Brown University. He double majored in engineering and applied mathematics, and he's going to the PhD program in applied engineering and electrical engineering. So you can see what a cool stuff you can do in if you do undergraduate research and if you do major in applied mathematics. And one of these students was also interviewed to intern in the CIA in Washington, D.C. So you can see the vast number of different things that can be done if you really do a major that is so versatile, that like applied mathematics. Okay, so this is a couple of things that our alumni have done, right? So again, you can see here, the first student here, she majored in mathematics and she had actually a minor in finance. So, and currently she's working in Liberty Mutual in Boston. Kaya also presented in many conferences. She had co-authored papers with some of our faculty. So she did quite a bit of stuff when she was here. Here, Tyler Simmons, you can see again, double major, applied mathematics and marine biology. He's one of my former students. Tyler is currently in University of Maryland, Institute of Physical Sciences and Technology. He's also has a full assistantship, and again, as another student who worked in public health problems with me, and he also presented in national conferences and is currently working on a paper with me. Then lastly here you have Andrew Del Santo. Andrew was one of our star students, double majoring in applied math and engineering, currently in University of Massachusetts, Amherst, pursuing a PhD in civil and environmental engineering. He too has presented at international conferences, and he also had a couple of internships before he decided to go to graduate school. So these are the things that you can do with math and applied math if you want to major in these. Again, as I said before, if you want to double major, that is even a better combination. Again, when you do come here in July, the first thing you should do is, of course, take this basic classes, right? Either Calc 1 and Calc 2 and discrete math. If you have AP credits, you would probably not take Calc 1 or Calc 2 and start with discrete math. Either way, you do not have to decide which major you really want to do. You can start with the basic core classes and then decide which major out of the three is best suitable for you. Thank you.